Alright, hello everybody, Dr. Dookie here, and I'm ready to open up some Colossus orbs here and open up the rest of my orbs that I've saved for this Orb-athon event that we've all been waiting for. I haven't even looked at the rewards yet, so let's see, we'll all be surprised together. Real quick though, in light of this terrible news that beloved legendary Phoenix will be a 6-star unlock instead of a 5-star unlock. Um, because of that, I have a chart here. Hopefully everyone can hear me. I haven't had a sound check yet, but this is my data for that. What I have so far is that with the remaining time left, uh, I Hand Assassin still needs 172 shards, 170 for Nobu, 133 for Loki, and then the rates that I need to obtain that before the end of the event. All right, I got my sound check. Awesome. Thank you, sound checker. so, so anyhow, for the Hand Assassin, right now the rate that I'm going to need is going to be at the at about 5.3, um, sorry, gosh, 5.4 a day. So really, what does that mean? It means 6 a day for a while. Um, so far, I'm getting 10 a day, so that looks like it's going to be okay so far. Similar for Nobu. Um, I'm sitting at 6.5 a day, and I need to get about, again, 5.4. Now, what sucks is Loki, though, I need about 4 or 5 a day, and I'm only getting about 2 so far. So hopefully I get a little bit of a bump, maybe through some premium orb opens. Otherwise, this is going to be hard to do. Maybe there'll be a little bit of a window period where a Hand Assassin or Nobu jumps ahead in this foot race and crosses the finish line so that I can switch my focus on Loki. But I am keeping track of all the power cores this is costing, and I will be disappointed if I don't make it. I missed Magneto the first time around and the next time around, and then he has not been around in quite a while. So what's funny is I'm gonna unlock Magneto at 6-star is what it's looking at. And while we're on the topic of that, um, there's this weird strategy that Foxnex seems to do, where um, I mean it's understandable, but Dr. Dookie knows what you're doing, Foxnex. So who do you need on this squad of Mystic Controller villains? None other than Morido. How do you get Morido? Just through the arena store. Who else did they, not who else, but who did they introduce to the arena store? Juggernaut, which is a character for Magneto. He is who I am getting towards the 6-star as we speak. I'm fortunate that I did not need to 6-star Morido because I already had, because I've been building up a team to unlock Loki. I have not unlocked 3.9, but I have unlocked 3.8, which means I cannot grind Vision yet. So I am waiting for there to be a legendary character that Vision is required for, and then they'll probably have a bug on that node and make it really hard to unlock or something. We'll see. Whoops. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. So, that shouldn't have been there. There we go. Technical difficulties. So anyway, where were we? So I have Mordo already. I can farm Loki. I can clearly farm Nobu and Hand Assassin, whatever. What stinks is I got my Hand Assassin up to rank 5-star a few days before they announced that it would have to be a 6-star. So I lost a couple days that I could have been grinding. But I heard one of the commentators out there point out that he did try to grind on those days and he got nothing. And Hand Assassin, just getting Hand Assassin up to the 5-star, I remember that being incredibly difficult because I remember getting a lot of zeros. So my thought is, I wonder if they increase the probability a little bit to make it more in line with some of the other characters to give us a chance of doing it. I don't know, but I'm keeping track here. I want to see what the numbers turn out to be. So I'm averaging 3 1/3 per open, with 3 opens a day and 10 shards a day. If it stays like that, as I've said, I should be okay, and hopefully I'll have enough time to switch to Loki with and get him as well, and grab this character. Um, but yeah, this move kind of sucks. But with and the other thing is, I'm just gonna say this now, and I hope I'm wrong. Whenever they do the double shards, it seems like they drop the probability in half, and I don't know that for fact. It just maybe it just feels that way. Um, but the only time I've ever had a good pull from that was the one time I got 20 shards for Punisher back in the day. That was pretty sweet. Anyhow, um, enough of this. Let's get to the Colossus opens, and I'm gonna open a bunch of orbs and see what I get for the Orb-athon event. It might be great. It might be not so great. I don't know. Let's find out. And let's see. What are these called? We have heavy metal orb. All right. So I'm going to do these as fast as possible, and I will see what I have after the fact. Um, it looked like I already had a good one in there. It looked like I saw 60 shards. That seems unbelievable to me because I usually have really terrible luck with these. And 16k of the orb shards or whatever. Oops. Okay, I didn't have enough power cores to spend, but I opened up the 8 right quick. Ooh, 120. Ooh, I'm gonna unlock him at 3 stars. That almost never happens for me. Oh, that's great. I'm tickled pink here. Very cool. Very cool. All right. And some junk. Some junk. It's kind of like circus junk, like, step right up, win a prize. 72,000 gold. That's kind of, that's, I want it versus not having it, right? But no, that's not a lot of money in this game. We all know that, especially at the higher end of things. I'd like to consider myself at the higher end of things, but no. Dr. Dookie has a ways to go. I'm still building my Fear of the Darkness group. I've yet to have a character with 13 gear because, why? I've been playing wide instead of narrow, but I have been refocusing on my arena team ever since I got that 7 red Star Lord up to his true 7-star potential. So, um, they've they are easily in the top 100, and once this and assassin nonsense gets squared away, and assuming I get the Phoenix, I can go back to honing them. But Foxnex has a clever way of doing this stuff where right when you think you have the time to make your best team go a little bit taller, last a little bit longer, right when they go ahead and give you that time, they pull the rug right out from under you and introduce a character that you just can't say no to. So, sorry, Nancy Reagan. Just say no is not working in this case. I need the Phoenix. Need it. So here we go. Let's recruit Colossus. Oh, look at that. He's holding it, very much in the uh, Bob Ross style. He has a little, uh, what is that? Is that the easel? Anyway, he has some paints. He has like a thumb to get some perspective, I believe, is why he's doing that. Maybe triangulating. If you know the measurements of your thumb, right? And you know the measurements of the object you're comparing your thumb to, then you can actually determine the distance of that object in you. Just a little known fact there. I'll let you look up the details. So let's recruit this guy, and then immediately rank him up to rank 3. Oh, he's so happy, just like Bob Ross was. All the time. Rank up. So there goes 20,000 of that 76,000 gold that they gave. So I really got like 56k. You know, I'm gonna just do a couple of these. I don't even know if I have the blue items right now. I am very item poor right now. What are we gonna do? Oh no, I spent too much money because now I can't put any items on him. But I don't want to, anyone watching this, they don't want to be bored with the items. Um, I hopefully will have a Colossus video up showing off his abilities very shortly. Oh, okay. Let's just do a couple more until I run out of money. That shouldn't be a problem very soon, cats and kittens out there. Because Dr. Dookie here is about to open up an orb extravaganza for the Orb-athon. Well, at least I feel like it's many orbs. It's not like a whale level of orbs or anything like that. Um, let's see. To get my last premium orbs from this milestone event, and then let's go. Da, 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 da. I want to finally see. Oh, so this goes on for. Looks like if I jumped on this right when it began, 7 days total. Good on you, Foxnax, because a lot of times these events last for 24 hours, and let's say you forgot to save up any orbs for this event, you wouldn't really be getting anything for that. But what are the earn points? Do I have to go? Is it a milestone? What's going on here? Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Okay, so let's see. The qualifications here. Earn various milestone rewards for opening any of the following orbs. Premium Orb, Blitz, Raid, Kingpins, Volt, and Red Star. Okay, so I'll be saving those basic orbs for later. You must be level 52 or high. What an unusual requirement. That's like totally a mathed up, data-driven requirement. 52. That will be the requirement for the event. Because data. So let's take a look at these. Yeah, I thought that was what that was. Move in the Shadows energy. So they're giving campaign energy so that you can unlock more Electra shards or whatever. So that's cool. Kind of weird. Kind of a weird move. And then some power cords. You always need these forever, for the rest of it and forever. And I'm guessing this will not be possible to get to. I'm just throwing that out there right now, and I hope to eat my words. I hope to be able to rewind this clip and just watch crap come out of Dr. Dookie's mouth, so to speak. But doubtful. Let's see. All right, so let's open some orbs and see what we get to. Come on, 7. That's a craps joke. Alright, so what am I hoping to get in these premium orbs? Loki, Hand Assassin, and I almost said Mordo. Loki, Hand Assassin, and Nobu, of course. But who knows? Let's see. Anything can go. Even 15 Loki would be sweet here. I'm just gonna rummage through these real quick. I don't want to go through these too fast because I don't want to accidentally... Wait, how much do these cost? If it's 450, I'm in the clear. I only have 236 power cores, so let's keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Alright. Nothing good so far, it looks like. I mean, I love me that Green Goblin, but no, seriously, I want to be able to get a 6-star Shuri. Um, I already have a 6-star Sabretooth. I'm not worried about getting him to 7. Oh, about the 6-star thing, if they were honest in the first place, I wouldn't have been upset about it. I was a little bit upset about it for a minute, like, that's kind of crap. And I was kind of like, what does a few weeks mean? Whoops. Yeah, I know. But now that they've clarified that it's about 5 weeks, theoretically, that gives me enough time. I've already done the calculation as we talked about earlier. So I have a 7-star rocket. I already talked about getting this guy in the arena store now for free, so not very excited about that. Oh, I'm so happy about Mantis, but she's free now. Oh, look at that! One Loki. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, and fun things. One Loki. So I mentioned I need Nobu. Nope. And Assassin. Nope. Loki 1. Just 1. Alright, let's go to Red Stars. Blast through these 10. I don't think I have any Red Stars on Venom, so that was cool to see. Duplicates galore, though, as expected. Let's keep it coming. Who do I want? Right now, I really want Rocket. Oh, okay. That's a good one. 4-star Spider-Man was cool. Yeah, I think I have a two Red Star Rocket, and that kind of sucks. So, real quick about that, let's rank these up. So happy when we all found out that ranking. Jeez, what is this? Uh-uh. So happy when we found out that the Red Star promotions were free. Uh, the speculation at the time was, how much gold are they going to cost? And the answer was 0. The answer was 0. Not bad. Look at that. Just over 5,000 power. Some decent damage. And Venom. Yes, I was correct. No Red Star to a modest 5% increase. But that makes all the difference. All the difference. Okay. Speaking of modest, my roster. Okay, back to. Oh, thanks. So we did the premium and the Red Star. I'm not buying any of the Kingpin. I don't think it said anything about the gold orbs, but I have a bunch of those and I need money. Let's go for that. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a million. It just seems like those were more frequent in the past. Ooh, got a little emotional there for an 8 shards of Nobu. Oh, I would have been so happy to get that Mordo if I needed it too. But I don't. Oh, another 8 shard Nobu. That is very generous in the right direction. Oh no, snap! I meant to show everybody how many shards I got. Mostly, and for prosperity. I'll have to look. Luckily, I know Nobu got 16, but let's go to Electra right now. It's a little bit of a goof. Or, jeez. I said Electra. How many times did I say Electra? Psylocke. Psylocke. So, look at that. Psylocke's also going to be a 3-star along with Colossus. Um, but right on time, I need to open these gold orbs. I gotta open these gold orbs. Alright. Flashing through these things. look like any huge. Ended up with 1 million. So that's an average of 130,000 an orb for those keeping track. Not that great. Is that right? No, that's probably not right. No, 140,000 per orb. Okay. So I did very poor. Alright, but I have the money now. Let's go back to Psylocke. Rank her up to 3. That makes me very happy. Oh, look at that animation glitch. She is like some kind of mold of a... She looks like those action figures that you can get, and you throw them against the wall, and they roll down the wall like a slinky because they're all gucky, and they only worked like the first day or two, and then they get covered in hair and gross things. So like, you're not gross. Just right now, you look kind of strange like that. So my theory about the character cycle for Fox Next. So when they have a character that they think will be popular, it seems to be something like this. First of all, the character starts out as a premium. I don't mean the orbs. I mean you have to pay money to get that character. And then sometimes after that, they bring in a limited available or an intermittently available shard farm in the form of maybe Blitz or a campaign. The other option would be to have them be in the premium orbs. That seems to be in lieu of the offer, I think, but maybe, I don't remember. Maybe Sabretooth had an offer and I just wasn't interested. And anyhow, at the time, the point is that after that, the character will then be the third level of the cycle seems to be that the character, let me back up, because apart from the premium orb characters, I mean, for release, the cycle seems to be premium for money, limited availability, intermittent or limited time availability. Then the third cycle seems to be available in the premium orbs and mega orbs and all that stuff. And then finally, you're available in your basic orbs, and maybe they add a campaign node, or you're in the arena store or the Blitz store or something like that. So with that all being said, we're now for Psylocke in that second phase. She has a limited run time of a campaign where you can collect her and open her up in orbs. I wonder how long it's going to be for her to be in that third phase where we can kind of farm her, because what's going to kind of stink, and I know a lot of folks are thinking about this except for maybe the whales that double dipped and paid $50 for Psylocke and maybe more for other offers that I don't know about that appear after you've bought the other offers. I don't know. I know that's kind of how they operate, or that's what I've heard, that different folks see different offers sometimes. At any rate, I'm wondering how long is it going to be to get Psylocke and Colossus up to a 6-star rating so that they can play in the same field as Phoenix, who has to start at 6-star. So, real quick, I want to get into this. There are unintended consequences that Dr. Dookie wants to go over real quick, and that would be this. We now have this mystic controller villains team that may have some subtle synergies for certain teams to take out. So what I mean by that is, they're not going to give us a team you can't take out. They're going to give you a team that you can take out as long as you know what character to use on which character to reduce their damage or to heal block them at just the right time, and so on and so forth. So what does that mean? We're going to have a new team potentially for war, or a new throwaway team for a raid node, or just a new blitz team possibly. So what is that going to do what we're gonna have a bunch of 6-star level teams of this going around, or potentially more 6-star hand teams because you have 2 characters for the hand that are now 6-star. A bunch of 6-star Nick Furies now, because you said, you know what? Ronin's not required to unlock Nick Fury, but at 6-star, he's actually pretty decent with the minions, so that's an excuse for me to level up the minions and finally unlock and level up Fury to 6-star. What else does that mean? Oh, Loki and Mordo. So the incentive now to unlock Loki and Mordo means yet more people unlocking Vision because you're only 2 nodes away from Vision at that point. So it's not either it's like, hey, take a hint and start farming these characters because we're going to have a legendary character that requires a bunch of other Mystic characters, so you're going to have to build up a better Mystic team, or potentially we're going to need a hand team in the future, or potentially we're going to need just a team of legendary characters or summoners or something. I don't know. For a second, I got Ronin's not legendary. He's just a summoner. Oh, people probably would be really mad at Dr. Dookie right now for saying he's legendary. But you know what? I've always liked Ronin, as stated in a previous video. They just took forever for them to make him decent. All right. And he is decent now. And he is great on the team, but, you know, unintended consequences, unless they're planning on having us actually use these characters on other teams. So if there are 3 teams that I'm now going to have for using these 5 more obscure characters, then so be it. I know this isn't for the event, but I almost forgot I have a Mega Orb to open, which could be Loki, Nobu, or Hand Assassin. It won't, but it could have been. Oh, look at that. So farmable, and farmable characters. But I don't have a 7-star quite yet, so I'll take it. Alright. So are these just base? Okay, so I'll do those later. Did it say open your Blitz Orbs? I didn't really save these because I forgot to. And also I'm farming Mantis like crazy. I want a 7-star Mantis. That I'm actually using her in Arena right now very successfully. And I'm actually, to the credit of Casino in one of his videos, he mentioned how you may want to try positioning Star-Lord to feed Mantis, because she's just going to heal all the time, and that's what I went ahead and did, and yeah. The sustainability is great. I gotta spend these real quick. Is that going to get me another? Oh, yeah! So, I did not 3-star the last 2 nodes the first time around, and that is documented in my last video. Yeah, that sucked. But I went back and I put in some energy into Mordo, and lo and behold, and actually, you know what? I was kind of playing it fast and loose the first time also, just thinking that I had enough power level to just steamroll everybody. That was not the case on the last 2 nodes, evidently, because after just leveling up Mordo a little bit with some, I think, 2 gear slots, and maybe gold level, right after doing that, I was able to go right back and take care of each of the last 2 nodes in the first try. So whatever was going on there, most likely it was just it was either bad RNG or me just not paying attention and making mistakes. Alright, so did we hit even the first milestone here, is the question. No! So I don't know. I think that was just a few days worth of orbs, or a week. I think actually that might have been a week worth of orbs, and it was not enough to even get the first milestone here. So Um, mm, yeah, most likely this is going to be a waste of time. Blitz orbs and raid orbs. Oh, you know what? It's not going to make much of a difference, but I do have raid orbs. Like, totally forgot about that. So what is it? Just this one, probably. That'll give me a whole 25 more points. Thanks, Fox. Next. Thor, good old Thor. I've been needing to open these. I don't even think they're going to give me credit, so that's kind of too bad. And what do these cost? 1,500 raid credits? So, you know, it would be really nice if they put a timer in here. Not a timer, but a meter in here that shows how many of these I've opened, because it's almost as if, almost as if Fox Next is trying to get me to accidentally spend some of these raid credits, which I very much need to save so I can continue toward that goal of having that 6-star uh, hand sentry, unintended consequences, um, so that I can have that 6-star hand team, and I can finally unlock the 6-star relic hunt. Dun dun dun. Will that make all the difference? No, probably not. But I'll have another team for Blitz. Um, all right, good. So what did I get? I mean, this is just blue stuff, but I saw. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Does this work for anybody? Nope. Nope. Are we ever gonna have the opportunity to sell this crap back? Especially those unique ones or whatever. I don't know what they're called. They're not unique, are they? It's the same. Whatever. All right, purple gear. Also not very exciting. And I'm just doing this real quick to see if I get points for it, but I don't think I do. I think it was just for the one orb. So ridiculous. So I think I got 16 Nobu shards though. That is just fantastic. Oh, I'm in. I think these cost 6,000 raid credits, so I'm in no danger here. No danger here of accidentally. Yeah. See, thanks for reminding me. Oh, shoot. Well, whatever. Open up a bunch of purple gear. What's that? Orange gear raid orb. That's cool. Sounds so excited. And I guess in a data mine, it was something about raid character orb points for the Orb-athon, but I, again, I don't think I'm going to get any Orb-athon points for this. I'm just, being thorough. But look at that. I just got 51 miles morale. Must have got a 25 in there. It's 20, well, whatever the outer columns give you. It was 23 in the center, I believe. That's pretty cool. Yeah, only 89 more to rank them up to max, which I don't think I'm going to do. Let me double check. How long do we have? I think we only have them for 4 more days. Where does it say that? Yeah, 3 days, 20 hours, so just 4 more days. So if I average 8, that's only 32, and that's going to be a little bit shy, but next time around, or so he's in that intermittent, whatever, the periodic cycle. Let's just call it that. But it's not really periodic. That's not really true either. But whatever. He's not always available to get right now, guys. And because of that, what? Um, he is. He's been in these alliance raids on and off for a while though. So I wonder if it's time to actually give him to the masses. Oops, I did not mean to jump in my alliance raid. Sorry about that. before that loads, I don't think I don't want to accidentally reveal anything that would get anyone upset at this point. So let's go back to this. Oh, I am so happy to hear about America Chavez. She is a powerhouse. Jeez. Apparently she can. Yes, I know. No, it's fine. Peanut gallery. No, I'm so excited for her. As soon as I found out that, um, I'm pretty sure there's only 2 versions of her, and there's a version of America Chavez that is so powerful she can kick star-shaped holes through reality that lead through other realities in the multiverse. So she's a multiverse level threat, so to speak, which makes her incredibly strong. She's also basically seems to be at least on par with Jessica Jones on power, the ability of flight and durability. Maybe more powerful, probably more powerful with her other weird powers. I don't know very much about her. I've only read a single issue of her when she was with the West Coast Avengers. Yeah, I'd be happy to learn more about her. I will spend some time doing that before she comes out. Yeah, so my Alliance War is in progress. We're not doing very good. Let me go back to the milestones so that I can confirm. Yeah, that really didn't help me out that much, so it must have just been that one orb. Okay. So we are at the end of Blitz right now, over 120,000, and I don't really care to Blitz anymore because it's Electra. And the thing is, Electra is a terrible character in this game. Number one, and number two, even if I get just 25 bonus shards, that will be enough to push her into rank 6. So again, I will have, by the end of this, I'm going to have Assassin, Electra, and Nobu at rank 6 because of this Blitz event and because I have to grind those other 2 characters. Right now in the raid store, I'm actually freed up because I don't need Ronin. I'm actually free to grind Sentry. So that was maybe I alluded to that because I already have, if I didn't have a rank 6 Ronin, I'd be very worried and upset right now because maybe some players don't understand that, well, it's not totally luck with Ronin. He might be there and you just might not see him, and the magic trick is you might be able to find him with 50 power cores, or maybe 100 power cores, or maybe 50 power cores once every 8 hours. That is, you gotta refresh it. You gotta refresh it until you've spent all of your raid credits sometime, if you have a bunch saved up and you're that guy that just needs Ronin. That really sucks because you don't get a lot of power cores in this game. You have to buy them. But I can think of more clever ways that they could make money. Number one, why are Infinity Stones not in this game? That is insane to me. Bring them in, put them in the war, level them up. You can only put 1 Infinity Stone per character or something, and then they do something. Please don't let it be one of your already existing effects. Let it be a new stackable effect. The Power Stone increases your damage by an absurd amount. Maybe you and your whole team by an absurd amount. The Time Stone speeds up all of your allies by some absurd amount. But just let it be throwaway. The other thing wars need, every other game like this where there's been a war element that I've played. So this game, by the way, when they added this war element, they put their foot into the Clash of Clans realms. Essentially, that whole group of games, they're now a part of that family. Um, so since that marriage, um, it's now about um, taking down as many of your opponent's teams as possible. Um, we don't have even though this is a game of heroes, we do not have a hero. So let me break it down real quick. In Clash of Clans, even though it's an army-based game, it's not a team game. You'd bring in your army, and you're not attacking their army, you're attacking their base, right? And in the wars, everyone, the top 15 people in your clan, for example, would participate in the war. Their bases are all lined up, so you want to build up your defenses. In this game, characters defend and attack, but you definitely have your defending class of characters. And let me break it down like this. Your defensive characters, the defenders, no brainer there. Probably the guardians, although with Mantis, though I use them as my wrecking ball because of my 7 red Star-Lord that Dr. Dookie is so proud of. So anyway, if I didn't have him, I'd probably use him for defense, and at some point I'll probably even switch him over. Another good defensive team, the Kree. Another good defensive team, Wakanda. What is the common thread here? These are raid teams. So raid teams seem to be, in my mind, that seems to be the way that they're kind of nudging us, is that your healer teams and your sustain teams, you want to put those in defensive positions, because here's a hint to people, you don't need to kill all the attackers. That's very difficult. All you need to do is outlast them for 5 minutes. And if they're not paying attention, like, there are real world problems. There are real world problems that occur in a moment's notice that will pull you 90 seconds out of an attack. And in that short period of time, that short 90-second window, you might come back to the game and find out that you do not have enough time to finish that attack any longer. And then it's all about, okay, we got to scramble just to see how much damage we can do if it's a war situation. And if it's a raid situation, you're going to end up spending extra credits on that node. Or friendly neighborhood alliance member snags the node from you and gets the shards because they're like, oh, there's like only 2 people left to kill there. So, anyhow, you have your raid teams that you build up. They have healing. And I went on a tangent there. I didn't mean to start talking more about raid. It was just we were talking about raid teams. So let's go back to the topic of war. You have your defensive teams, which are going to be your sustain teams primarily. And then you have your offensive teams. And these come in 2 categories. One would be your arena teams. And the other would be your your brawler teams and your let me just alright, I need to come up with a name for these kind of teams, but who would fall under this category? That will give you an idea. Spider-Verse, they have no protector. The Ms. Marvel brawler teams that are out there, even though Ms. Marvel kind of works as a protector, she's a brawler. Those 2 teams, Ultron teams, quite often you have Ultron. You want to pump out damage with your tech team, and you don't need a protector. You're not going to find Drax on that team, although you might find Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon and Minerva and Vision. That one's pretty popular. So, yeah. So this new Phoenix team, for example, oh, that's what I was missing. Magneto's Brotherhood team, that's an attacking team. And this new Phoenix team, that's also going to be, for war, that's going to be an offensive team, an attacking team. Because, not that it doesn't have a protector, but it falls into the category of not having a supporting healer. Um, Maybe Jean Grey heals to some extent, but it seems like she dies and then her role changes. I could be wrong, but when they say it's an Apex Arena team, that makes me think it's gonna be akin to the Brotherhood, and even if there's some healing, it might help sustain you as you go down, but it's not gonna be like the Defenders where you're like, oh, okay, we're good. Okay. All right, well, that wraps it up. The Orb-athon was kind of a bust. I want to get back to the war. I don't want anyone's feelings to get hurt, so I'm not going to do that on the live stream. And yeah, so hopefully we'll all be able to get our phoenixes, and may the odds ever be in your flavor. Dr. Dookie out.